Thanks, Tristan. If you've been paying attention to the stock market in recent days, you may have noticed some unusual activity. Well, now the future of one of the easiest trading apps may be facing legal troubles after one of the wildest weeks in Wall Street history. For Josh and many other COVID long haulers, mundane tasks like walking up this set of stairs can take a serious toll on their energy levels. 150 years of the U of A means almost 150 years of monuments like Old Main and Senior Walk. Large areas like this parking lot across from Baumwalker Stadium could become a mass vaccination clinic every single day. Both the University of Arkansas and the Fayetteville Public School District were founded in 1871, and signs like these above me were put up here at the U of A to commemorate the 150th anniversary. The Asian and Asian American community has been the target of rampant racism as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and pandemic-related fear. But for many people, this has been something they've dealt with their entire lives. Whether it's
"You speak really good English for an Asian,"
or
I go into a restaurant and no one can pronounce my name right.
Stereotyping and microaggressions are nothing new to many Asian Americans. The COVID-19 pandemic has fueled hate crimes and racism, targeting Asian Americans in large part due to attacks surrounding the pandemic's origin.
The Chinese virus, Kung Flu.
According to the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism, anti-Asian hate crimes have spiked by 150% in the past year. Asia Nguyen is the president of the Vietnamese Student Association, and she says she's noticed the instances in her hometown of Fort Smith.
There was different statues, like sacred statues, broken and kind of irreplaceable.
Risa Takanaka began writing about her experience as an Asian American to expose others to new viewpoints. She says it started as a way to process the feelings she had been suppressing for years.
As a person of color, it's hard to balance on that tightrope of knowing that it's not my job to educate, but also recognizing that I have these experiences that could open the eyes of a lot of people that I care about.
Both Nguyen and Takanaka say there's no quick fix, but that tackling racism begins with education and finding resources published by minority voices.
Education is everything, and without it, there's no way that we can build, an anti-racist climate.
We can either choose to look intentionally for those resources, or we can choose to live our lives complacently, and I really hope we choose the former.
Now, politicians and organizations alike have issued statements in recent weeks in support of the Asian community, and they all have one common message: stop Asian hate. Tristan, this decision could affect sports and the university as a whole. Most recently, the university just hosted the indoor track and field championships, and now for a lot of student athletes around the country, the goal is to prevent Arkansas from hosting anything further. The state of Arkansas is no stranger to championship sporting events.
Here comes the hog pile, off to Omaha.
Now, a new law that prevents transgender women and girls from participating in school sports designated for women may change whether or not the U of A is able to host national sporting events. The NCAA polling championships could affect both the city of Fayetteville and student athletes alike.
That could be losing one last chance to play at home in front of friends and family. That's could be a financial hit for the university.
Washington University track athlete Alana Bojar co-authored a letter calling for the NCAA to remove championship events from states with bills like the one here in Arkansas. Over 700 student-athlete signatures later, Bojar feels the letter is drawing attention from the NCAA.
They have not yet acted in the sense where they haven't pulled championships out, but I do think they are paying attention.
The NCAA is definitely not going to discount when hundreds of student-athletes take a position on something and make that position known to the association.
For many student athletes, withholding championship events from Arkansas would mean making the right decision.
We are on the edge of something great or on the edge of something terrible. So it's up to the NCAA to act to make us stand on the right side of history.
Now, while no official decision has been declared, it's expected that the NCAA will back the student athletes who have signed this letter. Live in Fayetteville, Sean Rhomberg, UATV News. Thanks, Michael. Everyday dining halls like the Bruff Dining Hall here behind me are left with trays and trays of uneaten food. And for one group of student volunteers here on campus, their goal is to take that food, repackage it, and give back to those who need. Now, Razorback Food Recovery here on campus packages dozens of meals each week to send to partners like the Full Circle Food Pantry and the Salvation Army. The process involves a complex network of student volunteers who pick up the food from dining halls, package it, and then pick it back up again to deliver to those organizations' partners. Katie Lothan tells me that the operation runs efficiently, and she's proud of the work they do and is happy to help those in need.
For the last 2 weeks of operation, that's about how long we've been running this semester, all of our meals have gone out to Full Circle Food Pantry clients. There's not been anything left over or thrown away.
Lothan also tells me that Razorback Food Recovery is working on a new project that would bring a campus community fridge to dorms like Futrall and Holcomb Hall. A project like this could come as early as next week. Now, Razorback Food Recovery says their main mission always is to make sure that students here on campus have the food resources they need always. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Sean Rhomberg.